So investors will look at this like, how does it benefit the investors? What's in it for them? A lot of investors like the fact that they can actually put their money together with other people to acquire larger deals. Everybody want to own a McDonald's because it's McDonald's. It's an accredited big tenant that's going to pay the rent to the building. So if you want to buy that building that has McDonald's and you don't have the money, you can set up a fund and tell people that 50K, 100K and all this, you get the down payment and you get that McDonald's. How about if you get the building vacant and you call McDonald's and you get them in, the building will double in value and you have the investor, you can refinance, pay the investor, buy a second building. I mean, the potential is huge once you know what you're doing. But if you don't have the money, you're sitting depressed trying to save pennies. You know, it's impossible to make it by saving. It's impossible. You can have a very good life having a job, by the way. I'm not saying having a job is something bad. I was in a job in the hotel business. I made good money. I had a good life. I saved and all this. But if I wasn't investing on the side and growing, I would have never reached the level I'm in. And then it kept growing. Then I realized, my God, I'm making so much money in real estate next to the hotel business. I can go buy hotels. And then one of the owners that I was with, Hilton, came in to complain. I said, would you like to sell the hotel? He said, I don't know how to find a buyer. I don't want to deal with brokers. And I said, well, I'm interested in buying it. He started scratching his head. He said, but you're the manager here. You're with the Hilton Hotels. I said, well, I do some deals on the side. Changed my life, changed his life, changed everything. It's like all of a sudden, boom. He tells another guy, the other guy comes and says, I have hotels, I have opportunities. Maybe we can grow together. How you perceive yourself is how you're going to approach the world. And you want to perceive yourself different? Go set up a real estate fund and you're going to see how you're going to be completely different level of thinking, different level of performance. Okay, so investors out there, a lot of them don't want to deal with banks. They don't want to deal with contractors. They don't want to deal with tenants. That's when you come in. You're the fund manager. You say, I have the deal. I get the loans. I deal with the contractors and we bring the tenants. Investors want lower risk. When they pool their money together, when they put the money together, the risk is spread among the whole group. If you got to change the roof of a building and it costs $60,000, but you got 6 investors, it's $10,000 each. And if you know what you're doing and you put cash reserves like I train you and I'll show you, you're not going to actually need to go back to them to borrow the money. So the risk is lower for a group. A lot of the investors want to come in with you because you're going to be able to afford professional management. They don't want the hassle. You can do the cash distribution. Sometimes if you're going to offer an upside return, you tell them, I'll just pay you 4% return per year. And when we sell it in 5 years, after we bring the tenants' rental income higher, and when we sell it, we give you 70% of the upside. Or you can do a debt fund and pay them 6 and 8%. All the upside is yours. It depends on the investors. I prefer debt funds. We'll explain that more later. The upside potential, you can give them 70% of the upside if you set up an equity fund, or you can do the debt fund that I'm telling you, pay them more cash flow and keep the upside for yourself, which is a lot wiser and better for the investors. The annualized returns, they like annualized return with no effort from their side. I remember first year I set up the fund, it was 2009, Christmas, this lady sent me a card. She said, I am so happy you're investing my money with the watchful eyes of the SEC, and I am touring the Wall of China. I've always wanted to go there. I mean, I started thinking, yeah, they're piggybacking on my work, my energy, my knowledge, my connection, and I am leveraging my connections, and everybody is creating a bigger pie. And that's work at its finest. And it's full disclosure. The investors like that it's full disclosure. You cannot hide stuff from them. The SEC regulates this and it makes you a better investor. So these are the 8 reasons investors come in with you.